Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. We're going to be breaking down some crazy blockbuster trade ideas around Russell Wilson. I saw this fun little article that Bill Barnwell just kind of threw together where he's thought of 4 teams that could trade for Russell, and then he breaks it all down simply saying, hey, if you're going to make this trade, it's going to be an absolute blockbuster. So ESPN, they're starting to turn into, I'll say, some other spin-off sites like a Bleacher Report, and instead I'm going to talk about it because, to me, this is the offseason, and it's a lot of fun. Barnwell also goes on to say that he doesn't think that the Seahawks will and should trade Russell Wilson because it's going to cost $39 million this year. The Seahawks, they don't seem like they want to trade him, but if there's rumors, we're going to talk about it, and this is a show that I can't wait to do. So he laid out some rules, 5 rules basically. If you want to count, a 6th rule is Russell also has a no-trade clause, so he gets the pick. So for the first rule was you got to get him far from Seattle. What does that basically mean? It means get him out of the NFC. Seahawks need a quarterback plan, so you need to be able to get draft picks or some extra moolah to either sign or draft a player. You got to get a Watson-sized deal, so at least 3 first-round picks is essentially what he says in the article. Avoid taking on big money, so you can't go out and bring in a big-time player because then you have to pay him a lot. And then commit to philosophy. What does this mean? If your game plan is to stick to being able to go out and try to find good players in the draft, still being able to run the football and not turn into an air raid team, that's what you should ultimately do with Pete Carroll. So get your votes in here. Will Russell Wilson get traded? I want you to go down in the comments section if you're watching this YouTube, Facebook, I don't care where the hell you are. If you're sitting on your couch, if you're sitting on the toilet, dropping a number 2, I want you to let me know, will Russell Wilson get traded? It's a Y for yes or N for no. And coming up right now, we're going to get into the 4 teams that Barnwell predicted a blockbuster trade for Wilson. The first team is the Miami Dolphins, and all the notes that y'all are going to see on screen are me basically making a short summary of why Barnwell put Wilson to these teams. So the first one is to Miami. He simply just says this is the easiest way for Seattle to get draft capital back. Remember, they traded away 2 first-round picks for Jamal Adams. They don't really have a lot of draft capital. Tua Tagovailoa owed only $10.1 million, so if you're trying to save some money, here's a good way to do it. And the Dolphins, this also would make sense for them because with that defense right now, you put Russell Wilson on that team with a lot of the playmakers they have and the money they have, I think they're actually a Super Bowl contender ASAP Rocky. So here's the first trade idea. What do you guys have to say about this? The Seahawks, they received Tua, a 2021 first-round pick, so 18 overall, a 2021 third-round pick, 81 overall, and then another first-round pick in 2022. The Miami Dolphins, they get Russell Wilson. So what do we do here at Chat Sports? We want you all to go right now in the comments section and debate who wins this trade. If you're sitting there saying, Mitch, you know what? I like this trade a lot for Seattle, type SEA. If you're sitting there saying, you know what, I like it for MIA, go ahead and type Miami. Who do y'all think ends up winning this trade? If I'm being honest with y'all, I think it actually works for both sides. I think it's actually a really, really intriguing idea. This is actually the one I actually think makes the most sense. So go ahead, continue to let me know, SEA for Seattle Seahawks or MIA for the Miami Dolphins. If the trade does go down, I'm telling you what right now, we're going to be making multiple videos here at Chat Sports. And if you're always finding yourself looking for the latest NFL news and rumors, maybe you're busy during work and you just want to be able to come home and see a quick little 12-minute video about everything that happened in the NFL today. That's what we do. We drop new videos every single 3 hours, keeping you guys up to date on NFL, NBA, college football. We do it all. So turn on those notifications. Hit the subscribe button. There's no more excuses for you showing up at a party talking about X big player that's still on a team, and your buddy's like, dude, he's not even on the team anymore. Don't be that guy. Subscribe to Chat Sports. All right, let's go to the next team here in the blockbuster trade idea video. It was Russell Wilson going to the Las Vegas Raiders, and Barnwell simply says, Wilson, he's an upgrade over Carr, which I agree with. Carr's $22.1 million would be great for Seattle, especially this year, and if they want to keep Carr technically next year as well, it would be $19.1. Raiders also in this trade idea get to move on from Marcus Mariota, who is scheduled to make about $11.35 million, can make some more with some incentives, but if the Raiders can't trade him, they're just going to let Mariota go. So how can you move on from Carr, get draft picks back, get rid of Mariota, and get Russell Wilson? You guys ready? We got a 3-team blockbuster Russell Wilson trade. So the Seahawks, they get Marcus Mariota, Darren Waller, the tight end from the Raiders, Chris Winovich from the Patriots, Raiders 2021 first-round pick, so 17 overall. The Raiders' first-round pick next year. Then you get the Patriots' third-round pick next year. The Raiders get Russell Wilson and a sixth-round pick. The Patriots receive Derek Carr. Now, I want y'all to let me know in the comments who wins this trade. I mean, this is a fun one. Out of all the trade ideas, I actually think this one might be the most fun. However, there is a 4-team trade coming up, so if this is a lot to handle, y'all better be ready to go. Go get some water. Go get some popcorn. Who wins this trade? Type S for the Seahawks. Type R for the Raiders, or I want you to type P for the New England Patriots. St. Patrick's Day, y'all, is right around the corner. In fact, it's this week. Go to chatsports.com/NFLgreen because we got a new link because we have a lot more new products. If you're looking to wear your favorite NFL team gear, you can go ahead and go to chatsports.com/NFLgreen. It's in the comments. It's in the description. And some of this stuff is actually on sale. So whether you're looking for a t-shirt, whether you're looking for a long sleeve hat, these dope socks as well. I mean, we got everything. Women's, kids, it does not matter. If you need something to wear on St. Patrick's Day and you're the dude that doesn't like to leave his house without wearing some NFL team gear, we got you covered. But this is going to start going off the shelves really, really fast because, again, it is St. Patrick's Day weekend. So if you want to wear green, if you want to show some spirit, and you want to rep your favorite NFL team, the easiest way to do it is by going, oh, man, burp. Get it out, Mitch. Is by going to chatsports.com/NFLgreen. It seems like I already had a few Guinnesses before the show. One more time, it's in the comments description. Don't waste any time. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day, chatsports.com/NFLgreen. All right, let's get into the next team here for Barwell. Russell Wilson going to the Carolina Panthers. This is really intriguing. So Carolina would have to give up a lot to keep Wilson in the NFC. Remember one of the rules earlier on. It was as simple as this. They wanted to try to get him out of the NFC. This way you're keeping him in the NFC. So when you see the trade that's about to come up, you're going to see a lot of draft capital. Now, in this move also, Teddy Bridgewater, who there's been a lot of reports right now that they could potentially move on from him. He could actually go to Seattle. It's a cheaper option. Sure, he's not as good as Wilson, but $17 million. And, again, lots and lots of draft capital. So let's look at this trade idea here. Russell Wilson to Carolina. Carolina also gets a second-round pick. And then the Seahawks, they get Teddy Bridgewater, Brian Burns, and 3 first-rounders. So you get a quarterback that's going to start. You get an edge rusher that was drafted in the first round about, 2 years ago, and then 3 first-round picks. It's a lot, there's no doubt about it, but if you're Carolina, you're sitting there, you're like, all right, Matt Ryan, he's getting old. The Saints no longer have Drew Brees, and Tom Brady, I don't know how long he's going to play for. Maybe he plays longer than Wilson, but you could also look at it like, we could really dominate this division for the next few years. So who do y'all think wins this trade? The Seattle Seahawks? I want you to type A. If you're sitting there saying, you know what, man, I do like this move a lot for the Carolina Panthers. I think it helps them out. Win the NFC South. I think it helps them get them going. Let me know. A for Seattle, or I want you to type B for the Carolina Panthers. All right, the last team that's brought up in this blockbuster trade idea article from ESPN, it's actually the Denver Broncos. And producer Sam, he's got a little bit of a head bob going on right now. Everyone starts spamming Sam in the comments. John Elway wants a big-name quarterback, right? He wants somebody that can be the face of his franchise. And the last time that they brought in a big-name quarterback, they won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Drew Lock isn't the long-term answer. I believe that. Also, that's what Barwell says as well, that he likes Lock. But in terms of what you're competing with, it's not even close. Denver would have to send some picks and players to Seattle as well. So what I want you to do, take a breath, because what I'm about to show you might overwhelm you a little bit. This is a 4-team blockbuster trade idea. So the Seahawks, they get Sam Darnold, they get Bradley Chubb, the 9th overall pick from Denver, and then a 2022 first-round pick from Denver. The Broncos, they get Russell Wilson, a 3rd-round pick from Seattle, and then a 4th-round pick from Chicago. The Jets, they get Tim Patrick, wide receiver from Denver, a 4th-round pick from Denver, and then a 3rd-round conditional pick from Seattle. The Bears receive Drew Lock. I'm just going to say this right now. The team that gets absolutely screwed in this deal is the Bears. Why are you giving up a 4th-round pick for Drew Lock? It just does not make you that much better. I'm sorry. So out of all the trades that y'all just saw, which one was your favorite? Was your favorite trade where Russell Wilson went to the Miami Dolphins? I want you to type M. Maybe your favorite trade was him going to the Las Vegas Raiders, type L. Was your favorite trade idea of him going to the Carolina Panthers, type C? Maybe the favorite trade idea was going to the Denver Broncos, type D. Out of all the trades that I just saw, the one that I actually thought made the most sense realistically was the Miami Dolphins. The one that I actually didn't like the most and thought it made absolutely no sense was actually the Denver Broncos.